Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Alexa and today I'm gonna talk about one of my biggest struggle living in Japan and the reason why. First of all, as you might know, I was living in Japan for 2 years, and before that I once went to Japan for a month or so, and I was staying in Kobe. I was going to Lexi's Academy and learning Japanese, and it was so fun. And then people kept asking me what's my dream. So I was a bit confused, so I always answered that my dream was actually to move to Japan, live here, have a family here, and whatever. But things actually were the same when I came here the second time. The second time I came to Japan, I was staying in Kyoto and I was going to Kyoshin Language Academy. If you want me to review the school, I will, so stay tuned. Also here in this academy, teachers were keep asking me what's my dream, what's my biggest dream, and I was confused. I thought that it was a really childish question to make to someone, because in my culture, me living in Europe or maybe also in America, you will ask what's your dream to a kid, not a 20-year and so person. So I was confused by the reasons why they kept on asking me this. And I was even more frustrated because I never ever had a dream in my whole life. Like, my biggest dream was to move to Japan. That was my main dream, my only dream. So I never actually knew how to reply to this question, and periodically, every 3 months or so, in my school you had like a diary, and on the diary you have the dream tree page. And the dream tree page was so frustrating for me. It was a page with the draw of a tree, and at the bottom you will have like super small goals to reach every like week or month or so, and the upper part should have been your biggest dream. So I was really confused, and I was talking to my teacher that I don't really have a dream. I didn't know what to write on that page. It was so confusing for me, and I realized that my whole life, my biggest dream, my only dream was to move to Japan. And from that point on, I was lost. I was completely lost. So I spent my time in the school making up some dreams to fill out on this page and do some presentations to my classmates, and it was so insane for me. In Japan, they will actually keep on asking about your dream. So your dream should be your main goal, and your main goal should be a career to start as a grown person. Why? Well, it's really important to understand that in the Japanese culture, the society is structured in a way that each single person should have a place. You have to figure out what is the place you want to be part of. So to have a dream should be to have a goal, and to have a goal means to find your own identity in a group. Why? Because the Japanese society is structured in a way that individuals have less value than groups. You will never count as an individual, but you will be part of something bigger than you. So for a kid's group will be his class or the school, and their main goal should be to enter an elementary school or a high school, and then a university or a senmongakko, or maybe also do a part-time. You are never an individual. Once you are in a school, in a high school, you are asked which is your dream from there on. So it's really important for them to answer, and it can be a senmongakko, it can be a university, getting married, or quit school and find a job. It can be many things. But it's important to understand that you are always part of a group. So you are never on your own. When you go to the university, you represent that whole university. And when you finish your university, you actually enter the work field. So you will be representing the job, that group of people that you work with, and the company you work for. So your value as a person it's your value as part of a group. And having a dream means to be part of a group. For those who do not have that kind of dream and cannot get a job or do not want to get a job, they are never individuals who refuse to enter a group. They will be in a group of Nitto or Hikikomori or something. You are never on your own. And when you are not part of those groups, you are still Japanese, so it's like the biggest group ever. This is because for the Japanese society, it's really important to be part of a group. Being part of a group is more important than being yourself alone and independent. You can also be, but you will still be Japanese, or you will be put into a group anyway. So your biggest dream should be to be part of a group. And then when you start being part of a group, you cannot act on your own because you are part of that group. And as part of a group, you need to be polite, you need to achieve goals, you need to have success, you need to bring honor, you need to do a lot of things. Let's take for an example the schools. When you are a student, you will wear a uniform and you will act a certain way. If you have bad marks, that will reflect your class and will bring dishonor to your class. When you are a good student and you have great grades, then you bring honor to your school. This is actually why in schools you have the big tests like twice a year, published, displayed outside your school so everyone can read and are also classified. So the highest your score is, the better it is for you, your class, and your school. Also, stricter rules are applied to those who bring dishonor to the school and the class. Because let's take an example. If you skip school and go to play instead of going to class, every single citizen can call your school and they will understand which is your school based on your uniform. And if you are suspended for a certain amount of days, you can also risk to get kicked out of the school, which is crazy. Let's also consider that during interviews, the recruiter will always ask you which school you went to, the grades you had, and also if you were or not part of some clubs. As you know, in schools in Japan, there are always like clubs for your shumi, for your hobby. So if you're interested in sports, you will join a sport club. If you're interested in photography, you will join a photography club, and so on. And being part of a club in school will be really important for your interview because the company do not want someone who never joined a club, someone who cannot adaptate to clubs or rules or a group of people. So it was really important. At that time, I was freaking out. I did not know how to answer that questions and what I wanted to do. And it was in Japan that I realized that I want to become a web designer as my dream job, as my main goal. This is why I was so confused, and I realized that like last year, which was a bit late compared to my classmates who already felt so excited to start their dreams and they already had planned what they want to become. So if you're moving to Japan, if you want to go there and live for a long time, go ahead, but get ready to be asked, what's your dream? And what's your dream will mean what job do you want to have when you grow up or when you finish your school or in the future. Having a dream means having a life goal, which should be your ideal job. And you need to fight really hard to answer this question and tell them what actually you want to do as a job. Thank you so much for watching me today as well. I hope you like this video and this format. Stay tuned and subscribe to my channel because I'm going to release really soon videos about programming and also videos about history, the one that I promised you. So stay tuned, don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. Bye. I really sound like a YouTuber, but I'm not.